Pulling the wrist, watch how I flip. Watch how I whip, I'm in the whip.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's head up to Nashville for the Titans home opener. On the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You've got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
Looking to throw on second down. Irvin. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. To throw on third down. Irvin. This one caught by Davis. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On first and 10, Irvin. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort, comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
A 10-play drive that time. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Colts under second-year coach Frank Reich. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Brissett. Complete to Hilton. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down. The numbers from last week for Hilton. 4 catches, 58 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
From the red zone now, Brissett. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clear. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run. This is Lewis.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And Walker has it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Operating from the gun. Irvin, complete. This is Lewis. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So on fourth down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Suckup. From the right hash, this from 53. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
On second and 15 now. Brissett, that's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down. On play action, Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Irvin. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the gun, Irvin. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. That'll bring up 2nd down. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Mack. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Brissett now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
That's what I do. Alert three.
On the draw, this is Lewis. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Irvin. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 24 yards. This quarterback now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Irvin. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll run with Lewis. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A 2nd down run with Lewis. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. but you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Brissett. Ebron caught left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They go play action with Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Wake with a little wake-up call as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now Brissett. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I got you.
On the handoff, Lewis. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down. Irvin, little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So now Eric Ebron and the rest of the offensive unit trotting on the field. And as we look at his highlights, you know, sometimes I've asked you schematically, how do you stop one player? Well, how do you stop a tight end like this without opening up other holes, partner?
You show your basic defenses, whether you're playing the 3-deep zone, the 2-deep zone, but you have your variations underneath it. So sometimes instead of the safety staying deep, the safety will drop down. A sky coverage, they call that. Sometimes the corner's responsible. You get a little, what they call a cloud, someone coming underneath. Sometimes the linebacker shows the ability to rush the passer and instead drops down and tries to get underneath the tight end as he tries to run routes. So many different things you can do from basics.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Irvin. It's caught. Smith. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Irvin. Yeah, he's got it. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Margus Hunt busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is caught. Walker, touchdown Titans. Delaney Walker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 17-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd and 15 now. Brissett, and that's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw is Brissett. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Cameron Wake able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 51 yards on the punt there, and it'll be Titan football. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far. When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are in this ball game. They feel even better about him leading their team. Now he's hoping to put them into a better spot after this drive. On 2nd down now, it's Lewis looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires. We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone? Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 6. He's got Lewis. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Irvin. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot? Not as aggressive,
as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Brissett to throw on first. He's got it to Hilton. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin in the state of Texas, an AFC South matchup between Jacksonville and Houston. And it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. From there, we'll head to Washington to check out the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Darius Geis, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Pass. Kill. Ready.
Now a run with Mack. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Play action now. Brissett.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. Shouting through the defense and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a 2nd and 7. And Walker has it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Irvin. Complete. This is Lewis. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Lewis on the handoff. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike 37. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Throwing on first down. Irvin. They will find Davis. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Get the ball. Check nickel.
On first down, it's Lewis. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Again, it's Lewis. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. 2nd and 5. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Brissett on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Cameron Wake able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Brissett. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Mack, draw play. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Irvin. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On 3rd down, Irvin. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Dion Lewis getting set to go again here with his guys on offense. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They run with Lewis out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Looking to throw. Irvin. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Here's Brett Kern now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. Ebron with it over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
I got you.
Brissett sets to throw it. Dumps this one off to Mack. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Back now in Nashville. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. He completes this one to Mack. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?